enter, I would like to seek your permission for me to deliver my speech. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear honorable colleagues and distinguished guests, it is indeed an honor and privilege to host our august visitors who are before the Committee of National Security and Intelligence for the budget performance and defense. It is indisputable that today is one of my happiest days in this respected house. The first was my Supreme Court victory as authentic member representing the good people of Kano Municipal. The second was when our respected and competent Speaker, Right Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, won with a majority vote to emerge as the Speaker of the Ninth Assembly. The third was a telephone call I received from one of my colleagues of my appointment as Chairman of National Security and Intelligence when I was out of the country. The fourth was a grand reception I received from the members of this committee during our inaugural meeting on the 16th of October 2019, where they indicated readiness to ensure the success of this committee. The fifth is today, Friday, the 25th of October 2019, where I host my former colleagues with whom I worked in another arm of government, the executive, under the President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. The Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, ably represented, was with us yesterday based on our earlier schedule for this meeting prior to the request by the Permanent Secretary, Special Services, and the Coordinator of Intelligence Community to postpone the meeting till today to attend to all the agencies at the same time. The DGNI is unavoidably absent because he departed for Riyadh, Saudi Arabia this morning ahead of the arrival of Mr. President as his office demands. He was a senior special assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs when I was a personal assistant to the President on broadcast media. A very jovial and lively fellow who anytime we met, like Exus Seya, addressed me as distinguished senator. Also, the Director General Department of Director General Department of State Services (DSS), Malam Yusuf Magajibuchi, who is unavoidably absent because he is in the airport to receive the President, who will arrive anytime from Russia. He is from my state, Kano, 2018, when he visited the President shortly after his appointment, and I was privileged to witness the banter between the two. When Mr. President asked him, "Have we ever met?" and the DG said, "No." I believe it is an indication of his track record in the field of intelligence and the leadership qualities. Distinguished guests, you will recall that a letter of introduction sent to you on the 4th of September 2019 said that the committee looked forward to having a cordial and harmonious working relationship with you toward the realization of our jurisdiction, successful tenure and achievement of the next level agenda on the national security. Also, I would like to commend you for the good job you have been doing in combating the various security challenges in the country, especially insurgency, which has been drastically reduced. I believe with your cooperation, support, we shall uplift the country and bring lasting solution to the challenges through enabling laws, action, and the resolution of our committee and implementation of such through your agency. Going by our program today, which is depending your previous budget expenditure and depending what is about to spend in 2020. But before going into that, I would like to make references to the following. In 2019, a total sum of 120 billion 712 million 711,220 naira was allocated to the intelligence community, where the Office of the National Security Advisor (NSA) was allocated 30,385,221,568 naira. The Department of State Services was allocated 40,559,832 naira, while the National Intelligence Agency (NIA) 38,470,528,050 naira. And finally, the Presidential Air Fleet 7,297,065 naira. Now, comparing the figures with what is proposed in 2020 appropriation bill, the Office of the National Security Advisor (NSA) is allocated 21,374,613,698 naira. Department of State Security Services 60,047,653,264 naira. The total allocation for the National Institute for the Security Studies is proposed as 2,019,233,345 naira. The National Intelligence Agency (NIA) 44,792,705,834 naira, while the budget for the Presidential Air Fleet (PAF) is estimated at 8,570,022,065 naira. The total stands at 136,751,228,206 naira. Dear honorable colleagues and invited guests, as we all know, security affects every sector because without peace in the land, there cannot be a successful economic growth. And as a result, investors will not feel comfortable to invest their monies or resources. Therefore, if you all agree that we need to combat insecurity, I would want all of the head of agencies under the committee's jurisdiction to please feel free to let us know any challenges they are facing and possible solutions to them through budgetary allocation, enabling laws, and other means of committees could be of assistance. As you all know, we are facing different kinds of security challenges in the country, such as Boko Haram in the northeast, kidnapping and cattle rustling in the northwest, Palma-Hada conflicts in the north central, cultism and ritual killings in the southwest and southeast, while in the south we are confronted with militancy and pipeline vandalism. Even though the current administration has brought the situation to the minimum levels due to the commendable intelligence effort of our security agencies. And we urge to continue to deliver your best in order to keep Nigeria safe and secure for even and rapid development in the country. Ensuring the security of life and property is not the responsibility of security agents alone, but that of every individual as well. There is a close relation between crime and unemployment. The House of Representatives, being the arm of government, with adequate representation from every nook and cranny of the country, is conversant with the problems of the people. Therefore, our committee is making plans to collaborate with organizations, especially those related to poverty alleviation, to provide employment opportunities for teeming youth who are often used by some selfish individual to achieve their aims, leaving them in hopelessness and without a future. Most of such youth could have been productive and the nation if they had been given direction and support to utilize their abundant talent. The offices of the National Security Advisor to the President, the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, the Director General of the Department of State Services, and the Commander Presidential Air Fleet are important organs in the management and maintenance of the security and intelligence situation in the country. The roles played by these offices in the management and maintenance of security and defense situations in Nigeria and even abroad are immensely recognized and highly commendable. As part of our legislative agenda and oversight functions over the security and intelligence department and agencies, our roles as legislature are to modify existing or enact new laws to bring about sustainable security situation in the country. We are therefore great partner in the running of the government. Our committee will work hand in hand with your organization to bring about the desired peaceful coexistence in our diverse societies and at the same time achieve the objectives of the government and socio-economic and political growth and development. The standing order of the House, in particular Order 18, Rule 70, state there should be a committee known as Committee on National Security and Intelligence consisting of not more than 30 members constituted at the commencement of the life of the House. 2, the committee's jurisdiction should cover A, oversight of the public security, B, oversight of all matters relating to any organization or agency established by law or organization to ensure the security of the Federation. C, oversight of security and intelligence matters generally. D, oversight of the offices of the National Security Advisor, NSA, Department of State Services, DSS, National Intelligence Agency, NIA, and the Presidential Air Fleet. And E, annual budget estimate. Honorable colleagues and distinguished guests, we as members of this committee are ready to demonstrate the spirit of commitment of ensuring performance of our oversight function over the security and intelligence sector as provided by law. This is with a view of assisting in protecting life and property against internal and external attacks for lasting peace and stability in our fatherland. Thank you, and God bless.